Hey guys, Christina here from worldlifestyle.com, and I'm here with Amy of Primal Pit Paste, which is a really cool, unique product that I discovered just now, actually. So Amy, tell me a little bit about your story and how you got into Primal Pit Paste.
Well, basically, I had stopped using deodorant because I had found out about all the ill health effects with aluminum and parabens and triclosan and traditional deodorants. My daughter, she started to kind of have a noticeable body odor about 8 years old, and I had already stopped. We could not find anything at the health food store that worked, so I just decided I was going to go ahead and do some research, and we came up with our own little concoction at home.
Wow.
And started making Primal Pit Paste and gave it to all my CrossFit athletes. They freaked out about how well it worked, and it's just exploded.
That's it. Wow, that's amazing. So you mentioned a really great key point that I think a lot of people are concerned with, how many chemicals are in normal, everyday deodorant. So, you know, what's the difference with this? It's pure, it's better for you, but are we noticing any differences in the lasting power, in the scent? You know, I think that's always a concern.
Right. I think that basically how this works is the coconut oil is like an antimicrobial. The shea butter just helps for a nice application. The baking soda is not aluminum, but it cuts all the bacteria that causes odor. And also the arrowroot powder makes you feel dry. So it's just kind of the combination of all of it works, and it just really does work more than 24 hours.
Yeah, and it seems like the arrowroot is sort of the key too, with, like you said, making you feel dry. I know that's a big buzzword in cosmetics in general nowadays. So did you discover that from your research, I assume?
I did. You know, there were a lot of different products and recipes that just had that element where it could cut the odor, but you still felt like you were really wet. It's great to sweat and detoxify your body and your glands, but you don't always want to have like big wet marks on your clothes. So the arrowroot powder absorbs all of that wetness, and you still are detoxifying, but you're feeling really, really dry.
Great. And you mentioned a great word too, detox. Now, I noticed when I switched from an everyday, just drugstore deodorant to a more holistic brand, I seem to have gone through a bit of a detox. Is that normal?
You know what? It is totally normal. Everybody's body chemistry is completely different. Usually when people have been using aluminum, parabens, triclosan, or anything at any length of time, aluminum has like an uptake response in your glands, and anything that you're putting on with that will actually stay there. So a product that's natural or something that might have some natural salts in it, like baking soda, it will actually draw out all of those impurities that were in your glands, and people can have some sort of a detox. I've had probably 4 or 5 friends who've gone through that, and then they're now fine, and they've been wearing Pit Paste for over a year now.
Nice.
So you definitely can transition through that. I think essential oils too, some people have to get used to that.
Right.
But it's a definite real thing, Pit Detox.
Good.
It's a good thing to do.
So it's good to know that I'm not the only one.
You're not the only one who's gone through that.
Good. And now tell me a little bit about the product. How is the application, and is it melting into the skin? How does that also work?
You know, we have a paste in a jar, and you just take a pea-sized amount under the sit of your pit.
Okay.
You don't want to put too much on, and it melts right into the skin very nicely. Then you wait about like 30 seconds to a minute. You can put your shirt on and you're fine. Good place to test it too is like this, kind of like a pit. You just rub it right in there, and it just rubs right in.
Wow.
No grit, no oil.
Wow. Nothing. And it's so light.
It's so light.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
That's like mind-blowing to me. That's so light, because there's so many natural deodorants that are really, like you mentioned, really wet feeling, or just kind of leave that oily, gritty texture.
Exactly.
Like one of them I used for years definitely has a gritty texture and feel to it. And it's very, you also have to do kind of a funny dance, sort of waiting for it to dry.
We do have it in a stick as well for people for travel and things like that.
Perfect.
Just added organic beeswax, so it's amazing.
I absolutely love the product. I can't wait to go home and try this myself. Thank you so much.
You're welcome. Thank you.
Cool.